I don't normally do any kind of preamble before my poems, but I wanted to with this one. One, to give it a bit of context, but two, mostly because I was paranoid about it being misinterpreted, and I really didn't want it to be seen as me being dismissive or undermining other mums' experiences, or acting like I think other mums don't have it hard, because I know they do. So it's not that at all. It's a poem that speaks about kind of the validation that I felt after having my second baby and realizing, oh wow, like my first experience, I knew it was hard, but I didn't realize how hard it was. And with my first, that was my view of normal. Everything just being so difficult, and actually having my second one and realizing, no, it's not normal. And it wasn't until I had my second that I sort of let myself accept or acknowledge kind of the traumatic aspects of my birth and everything, and start to heal from that. So this poem is called It Wasn't Normal. No, it wasn't normal, if such a thing exists. Not every baby finds it quite as hard to sleep as this. No, it wasn't normal for my boobs to hurt that way, but just the slightest touch to give me agonizing pain. No, it wasn't normal to be breastfeeding non-stop, to be latching on at every single hour round the clock, to marvel when they said to feed her 8 times, maybe 10, when for me I couldn't tell where one feed starts and one feed ends. So no, I wasn't coping like the other mums I saw, but maybe that's because the other mums were sleeping more. Maybe too their nipples and their boobs were not as sore. Maybe their birth trauma hadn't shook them to their core. Maybe they had babies that would tolerate the floor or the bouncer or the cot and not cry till their throats were raw. So maybe I was coping better than it might have seemed, since the life that I was living was survival in extreme. And maybe those comparisons with which I had to grapple were really, in a way, comparing oranges with apples. Where one mother feels magic, there's another who feels torture. For every chilled out son, there is a high demanding daughter, and on it goes, a billion stories not the same. And reading someone else's stories just a losing game. Because every mother has her hard, and everyone is strong. And even though I doubted, I was doing nothing wrong. So if I could go back and help my first time mother heart, I'd tell her she was doing great. This story's extra hard.